Hi, welcome to Midweek Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday, whatever you want to call it. It's Wednesday. We're almost to Friday. That's the way I'm looking at it. Well, almost. Like we're halfway.
It's
half full, right?
It's Wellness Wednesday.
It is.
So we're looking forward to being well.
Yes.
Getting weller.
Getting more weller.
I always feel, I do actually on Wednesdays.
You do. After the show, you're just flying around here.
I know, because I just feel like motivated and I learn stuff.
Yes.
Important stuff. Not like the stuff I talk about here at the
No. What did you do last night?
Okay, so for Shrek. Ow, I just bit my tongue.
Oh.
For Shrek, there's a dragon in the show.
Okay.
Okay, so the dragon is a massive sort of puppet.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to have our first training session on how to become a dragon.
Oh, how was that?
The things you do.
Right?
It was interesting. It was great.
So now as director, do you have to know how to do it? So did you do it first?
No, I would never, because do you ever see power risers?
No.
Okay, they're these things that you can walk on, and they're like stilts almost, but they're metal, and you can actually like run like one of those strange animals, and you can jump on them and stuff.
Right.
So Keith owns power risers, so he thought it'd be a good idea for the dragon person who's in charge of the head to wear the power risers. So he stands like
he's a presence.
Well, with the power risers, he's standing like 9 feet high. Plus, he has the dragon head on a pole. I'm spoiling everything, aren't I? Anyway, so I could never walk on the power risers.
Oh no.
That'd be like, no, that requires you to be up high balancing on things, and I'm not even good on bicycles. 2 wheels.
Really?
I need to, no.
But I'd try. It might be
try
fun.
The power risers?
I would.
Okay, well, we'll bring them in and see if you can do it.
Yeah, see if I can break my knee.
I'd like. Oh, you fall, you get a concussion.
That's all good.
Anyway, so, we were doing the rehearsal just to see how this dragon is going to move. Now tonight I go back in with all the other people who were around the dragon, and we start to block. To see how
they're going to move around the big dragon.
Yes. So now that I know how the dragon can move, I can block the rest of the scene around the dragon.
Gotcha.
So that's what I did last. And then I went home and did like 3 loads of laundry.
What time were you up till?
I cleaned the kitchen because the cleaning lady comes today, so I had to get the kitchen clean for her.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you were up late.
I was up until about 1:30 in the morning.
Oh my word! What are you doing?
But I had a really good nap when I got home from work.
Oh, that's good.
Yesterday after work, guess what I did?
What?
I went to try on wedding gowns.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
Because on Friday, it's the Wear It Again Gala.
Yes. This is such a great idea.
Which is the fundraiser for, I think it's for SAH. Anyway, I hope it is. It's a gala fundraiser, and it's at the Grand Gardens North, and I'm the MC, and the idea is that you wear a wedding gown, something that you've spent a lot of money on,
right?
Or that you love, that you don't get to wear very often.
So like even a prom dress,
a wedding gown, a tuxedo, anything.
A coat of armor.
There you go, Luann. Anything that you feel like you spent money on or that you love that you never get a chance to wear.
What about a cast?
Wear it again.
Wear it again.
Why not? That's a great idea.
Bring your cast with you. It's signed, it's memory, bring it.
Absolutely.
He'll wear it with his wedding dress.
Bring a diaper. I don't know. Did you? Wear it again, Lou.
Wow. Yeah, you don't want to go there.
So anyway, I'm the MC.
Awesome.
And I'm going to be wearing different outfits over the course of the evening. And so I got to try on a wedding gown.
How was it?
I've never worn a wedding gown before.
Did it fit well?
I was disappointed to find out what size I was in a wedding gown.
Ah, surprise, surprise. Wedding gowns are always sized smaller, though. So keep that in mind.
Which made it really sad for me.
Right, yeah. I remember, I
had to go to a 16.
Good Lord.
I used to be a size 12.
You're not a 16. That's ridiculous. And regular wear?
I got a big rib cage.
You got a big something.
I got a big ego and a big belly. So that's how I spent my night. I tried on wedding gowns and danced around an old church with a guy in power risers, and then did my laundry.
Woo-hoo! Just a normal night for Tim Murphy.
What about you?
I'm watching something on Netflix that I'm so enjoying. It's a series. It's called I Am a Killer. I'm really into serial killer stuff and the darkness and all of that. I love that stuff.
She's a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah. Don't tick me off.
No, I know.
So these are people who are imprisoned and they tell their story because they're on death row. And it's interesting how they've done it because it's very documentary style, and I love that. But you hear first from the prisoner and his perspective of the crime and how he remembers it, and then you hear the attorneys and the witnesses, and then because at some point, because they're first, you almost go, oh, he shouldn't be on death row, and by the end of it, you're like, kill him. I don't believe in the death penalty myself, but so it's a really, really cool series. I Am a Killer. It's on Netflix. It's a hoot.
I've seen it. It's a hoot.
It's a hoot.
Except for the people who were murdered.
Well, yeah, there's that. But you don't know them. Easy come, easy go. You know what I'm saying?
Stop it right now.
But I love that kind of stuff. I do. I just love that. Or I watch makeup videos.
Okay.
Or Marie Kondo.
We know about this.
KonMari organization. Oh my word, imagine the life you could live if you had to organize for people and make tons of money doing it. Oh my word. I could stay overnight in a Container Store and just be... I could stay overnight in Container Store and then die happy. Seriously. I just love containers. And she brings her own. She comes to your house and reorganizes you, and she brings her own stuff.
So how much does she charge you?
I don't know. They never talk about that part. But I'll tell you something. She's everywhere. Stars are doing the KonMari method.
Oh,
yeah, they're going.
I know, they're all caught up in it.
Yeah.
She's all... she's a hot commodity.
Yeah, she is. She'd come into mine and go...
Well, why don't you start doing that on the side, you?
Maybe I should. When I retire, I'll do that.
All right, then.
Right?
Can I be your assistant?
You know what? I will come and do yours first for free.
Well, I already am pretty organized.
Are you?
No, I could go
not
through some
looking at your
clothes.
desk, you're not.
No, that's... I haven't even... Have you seen the dust on my desk? Do you notice that? Do you judge me? Stop judging!
Every day.
It's Dentist's Day.
Dentist's Day. Mm-hmm. So people who hurt you on purpose day. And you get to pay them lots of money day.
My dentist doesn't hurt me.
Mine doesn't now. I get the gas thing happening. Seriously, if you're scared to death of the dentist, get the little Kamasa up your nose, and seriously makes a huge
Speaking
difference.
of up your nose, my dentist, I gotta say this, I had the loveliest dentist. Mm-hmm. I went to high school with him and everything. I've known him for a long time, but I'll tell you, when you're lying there like this and he's looking down on you, and I said to him once, I said, I really appreciate how nicely you trim your nose hairs. I
bet he was thrilled.
He was really...
He double charged you.
No, because he does. He's very aware of his nose hairs.
Well,
he told me, he said, thank you for noticing.
Worst thing too, go to a dentist who has bad breath. Oh my God.
Oh, my dentist used to
Your
come
teeth
in.
are rotten and you're trying to fix mine?
Here's a cool thing.
Where?
Right here on this piece of paper.
What?
On March the 6th, 1930, Bird's Eye Frozen Foods first went on sale in Massachusetts. But what's really cool about this is where Bird's Eye Frozen Foods originated. His name was Clarence Bird's Eye II. He was a taxidermist.
Hence Bird's Eye. Was any of that stuff in the frozen food?
But here's what he did. He actually moved to Labrador and became a fur trapper.
Oui.
And he also got a job as a fish and wildlife surveyor. Okay? And while he's up there, he sees how the indigenous people flash freeze their fish.
Oh, so
they catch their fish, they put it between ice, and he realized, but this time he's like a scientist kind of thing,
right?
With the fish and wildlife surveyor. So he realizes it's about -40 in between those ice blocks, and it freezes the fish so fast that when you thaw it still tastes fresh.
Oh,
this is remarkable, he thinks. So
1930.
1930, and
first,
he stole it from indigenous people. And do you know how much he got when Goldman Sachs bought his trademark and patent?
How much?
$22 million in the 1930s.
What? Holy moly! He did.
He developed the process, but really it was from the First Nations. And so anyway,
I did that with all my meatloaves.
Which is why it's not.
Flash freeze the
Which is why
meatloaf.
it's National Frozen Food Day.
It's National Frozen Food Day.
And he
See, I
died
knew
of a
that.
heart attack in 1956.
Eating too much of the frozen food.
No, but they buried him in a little frozen box, and you can peel it back and, hello, Mr. Birdseye. Hello, Clarence.
Just leave a little corner
Just
for the
leave a little
steam.
corner for the steam.
We're such chefs, aren't we though?
Here's how far we've come in society, Luann. In 1857, on this date, the Dred Scott decision. Have you remember? You might remember this from history classes. The
No.
U.S. Supreme Court ruled that Africans cannot be U.S. citizens. The Supreme Court of the United States.
What year was that?
1857. The
Oh
Dred
my
Scott
word.
decision. It was just Black History Month.
There
Black
was
History Month
actual
last month.
laws?
With the U.S. Supreme Court. So you tell me that judges
my
can't make big mistakes in the
word.
Supreme.
Holy cow, that's crazy.
I know.
I didn't realize there was actual written law.
And can you imagine how that filtered down in the brains of people for all those generations of people who came after 1857?
You know what? It's still filtering down.
I'm telling you.
There are still people who can't deal with it.
Women, 1921, the police in Pennsylvania issued an edict. Pennsylvania. Women's skirts must be at least 4 inches below the knee. It was an edict.
Edict.
See how
Stifle
far?
yourself, edict.
Now, but see, once again, how far have we come?
Yeah.
Not that far.
Now you can go with no top on in Ontario.
As far as I'm concerned. But I'm talking about the fact that women shaming, body shaming.
Yes.
Keep your body covered up, girls, because it's your
Absolutely.
fault if the men can't
Yes.
control themselves.
If they-
That mentality is still around.
You know what? That was invented also because of my cankles. They were like, let it just like right to the floor. We got to keep it long. Have you seen her cankles?
Stop it.
Stay with us. We got tons more.
2 great interviews this morning about livers and kidneys and donations and organs and oh my, livers and kidneys, oh my. We'll be back with Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this. Show already?
Not this one.
Oh. Hi, we're back!
Smooth.
That was very smooth. Erica Hogan, ladies and gentlemen, tell us why you're here.
Well, I am here to advocate for organ donation.
Organ donation.
Yes.
I think, is it Organ Donors Month? Is it April or something like that?
Yes,
Well,
so-
we're going to have you back on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you contacted me about you and your liver,
My liver.
and I wanted to have you on before Organ Donors Month because I think this is a cool story.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm glad that
Show
it's
them your
touching.
shirt. I'm chopped liver. Ask me why. Erica, start at the beginning.
Okay, so
Your neighbor.
Yeah, so my neighbor Renee Lee. Well, first off, I was 21.
Hi, Renee.
Yeah. Hello from Milton. I was 21 and Renee was getting very sick. She had primary sclerosing cholangitis, so PSC.
That's a liver condition?
That is a liver condition.
How did she know she had it?
Because she got very ill, and then some testing.
Like how ill? Like what made her ill? What kind of ill was she?
Oh, like real ill, jaundice,
Ooh, she turned-
ascites, like she was yellow, if not green, painful.
Oh,
yeah.
what is her pain?
Like all in her stomach. Like
Yeah.
she used to say that she looked 9 months pregnant because her stomach was so swollen from the ascites.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and so they tested her.
And they said, you have this thing?
Yeah, you have
What's it called
PSC.
again?
PSC. I'll give you the short term.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
3 letters.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they said, you need a transplant.
A liver transplant.
Yeah.
How many, is that common? I mean,
You need a liver transplant?
yeah.
Yeah, there's like over 1,600 people on the wait list for an organ.
Whoa!
And did you know you can donate up to 8 people as a deceased donor, but you could...
You mean when I die,
you
up
could
to
donate.
8 people
Could live.
could live because of my organs?
Yes. And
I have it-
tissues.
but I have that thing. I'm on my license and everything. I have that.
But did
filled
you
out.
sign something?
I signed on the back of my license, my organ donor's little
That-
extension thing.
The card? Okay, the card, signing a card is no longer valid.
Shut up.
So beadonor.ca and you register. It takes 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes. Or when you go to renew your health card or driver's license,
Yes.
they will ask you, would you like to be a registered organ donor? Keep in mind,
I gotta do that again.
yeah, you decide to register now, and in 10 days, you're like, do you know what, this isn't for me. You can change your mind. You can change your mind. Let's say something happens to you,
Yeah.
and you need to talk to your family about what you want to do. Always talk about organ donations, a story and a conversation you should be having. And something happens and you're on life support, let's say.
Yeah.
the doctor's going to go to your family and say, he's registered as an organ donor. Should we go ahead with this? Yeah, and they make the decision. Do you know what? Yes.
Do it. If my family's listening, do it. If I'm on life support, give everything away.
Yeah. So this is why you need to talk. So let's say you decide that, right, it better be, and you better be registered after this.
No, I will be. I got no issue with that. I'm going to be cremated anyway. What am I going to save these things for? I don't need them after I'm gone. Hello?
Keep in mind, you're not just saving the people who need a transplant, you're saving their families. Keep in mind. How many memories are they missing out because someone doesn't want to donate? You don't need to be like me and be chopped liver. I'm not asking for your organs now. I'm just asking for them later.
So is it Renee? Was that her name?
Yeah, Renee.
So you're talking about family.
Yeah.
Here's Renee, who's a mother with 2 young children and a husband.
Yeah.
And she's homesick and getting sicker.
Yeah.
And they tell her, what do they tell her? If you don't get a transplant.
You need a transplant. You're going to go on the list. And
on the list, okay.
Yeah, and the list could take years.
Really?
Because you need to be matching in blood type. You need to make sure that the organs are compatible.
Yeah.
It's not just like going to the grocery store and picking a can of corn off the shelf.
No.
No, it takes a lot, and the team at Toronto General was phenomenal.
So you made the decision, you said, what the heck? You're my neighbor, you're sick, I want to help you.
Yeah, I found out she would need to go on the list, so I got my blood tested.
Do you do things like snow blow driveways as well?
No, I don't do snow. Just organs.
I would say, move next to me. Gosh, what a great neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go in, and how do they test you? What do they have to do to find out if you're a match?
So I had 86 vials of blood work done.
86 vials?
Yeah. Yeah, like it was crazy. I was my own blood bank.
Yeah.
I had X-rays, ultrasounds, ERCPs. Let's get that right. Extensive
Do you know what
testing.
that stands for?
It's basically they had to scope me.
Oh, they scope you to see about your bile ducts? You told me that.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I had to do a psych evaluation to make sure I was sane.
Yeah, well, you lied and cheated and got through on that one. I know, Erica. That's why I can make that joke.
Do you know what?
What?
You're not an organ donor, so you can't make that joke yet.
Okay, good for you. So, you go through how long was the process of going through all the testing?
About 6 to 8 weeks, roughly. So I started in September.
You did all that stuff in 6 to 8 weeks?
Yeah, started in September. I got the go-ahead just before Halloween, and surgery was November 20th.
The go-ahead meaning that they said, okay, Erica, your liver is healthy, you pass all the tests.
And you're not psychotic.
You're not psychotic, and you also are close enough. Is it a close enough? 1 in 6 match?
1 in 6.
1 in 6 people are a match. So those are pretty good odds.
Amazing odds. And the funny thing is, Renee is originally from Newfoundland, so the chances of her moving to Ontario, picking the house beside me moving to Milton in this house, that we match, let's be honest.
It was meant to be. So you go in and you say, okay, I'm going to how much of your liver did you give?
70%.
All right, so to me that's scary.
Well, 28% puts you into liver failure, so they had 2% of Russian roulette.
Oh, okay, well,
yeah,
but it's pretty much they know what they're doing.
Toronto General has the top 100% success rate for living organ donations.
How long were you in surgery?
8 hours.
That's a long time, but you were asleep.
It was a great nap.
It was a great nap.
It was a great nap.
When you came to, did you hurt?
No, I felt empty. Does that make sense? Yeah, like, no, everyone laughs when I felt empty. I'm like, oh, well, something's missing.
Really?
And during the regrowth, I remember, like, I would turn.
The regrowth?
Yeah, I would, like, turn and be like, oh, I think I had felt my liver hit my rib cage or something. Like, it was
it's growing back.
Yeah.
It grows back completely?
90% in 2 weeks and 100% in 3 months.
Wait a second. 2 weeks, within 2 weeks of having 70% of your liver out, 90% goes back in 2 weeks.
14 days.
But if it's a sick liver, it's not going to grow. It doesn't.
No.
That's why people need your liver.
Exactly.
And then what about her? How did it grow inside her?
Same thing, 90% of the regrowth of my 70%. So we both now have 100% massive liver. She has my left lobe, I have my right lobe. Yeah, a little bit different, but we'll go with that.
Okay. So she has 100% of a liver.
Yeah, she's got mine.
And it's all healthy.
Yeah, so she thinks we share birthdays and everything now. It's great.
Wait, so if you ever have a drink, does she go, oh! No, hey, I have a question. I have forgot my question. No, it was about, when her liver came out. Tell them what happened when her liver came out and they looked at it.
Yeah, they realized her liver was at stage 4. So instead of having possibly a year to 2 years, she had a couple months.
To live. A young mother with 2
right
kiddies.
before Christmas.
So look at you. You're friggin' healthy as can be.
Yeah, like, do you mean we still have our hiccups here and there, but I'm here. Walking advertisement for organ donation. I had a baby. I was able to do all that. So what's stopping you?
And you saved a life and left a mother with her family.
Yeah, like, people say you that you, I was like, what? You choose your life. This was the best thing that ever happened to me, to have this experience to be an organ donor.
This was a great interview. I learned so much. This is really encouraging for people to think that, I mean, you're a great role model. And
thank you.
But you are a walking poster child for doing it, because look at how, you're a hero, kind of.
Oh,
you know, I think so. And I've known you for all this time and never knew all this story.
Yeah.
You're going to come back in April. We're going to talk some
I was going to say, I haven't flashed my scar at you or something in all these years.
I'm going to have you back on. Maybe we could find somebody who's a recipient of it.
There are many out in Sault Ste. Marie.
Let's find. I'm going to find. So for Organ Donor Month, we're going to bring you back on again.
What do you want? Kidney, heart, lungs?
Kidneys,
I know them all.
My next guest is about kidneys.
Yes.
So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, she was fantastic. I met her in the green
we have
room.
to say goodbye to you now. Thank you, Chopped Liver. We'll be back with Luann after this quick break.
Oh my God.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. I learned so much from that segment about liver donation, organ donation.
Amazing?
That it can grow back like that, and that you can save a person's
You need to
life.
register. Go online and register to be an organ donor.
Erica was saying, because next month is Organ Donor Month, she said we could do a campaign here on ONNtv, and every time a guest comes in, we get them to register, and there's a thing that will measure how many people can be affected when you.
What a great idea!
I think so too, for Organ Donor Month. So she's going to get a hold of me and tell me about the kit that we can get to form a campaign for the month of April.
Well, then I'll be sure to sign up officially. I have my
too.
little card, but apparently that's not enough.
The driver's license thing is not enough
It's
anymore.
not, eh?
No, you now have to go online and register and talk to your family, let them know your intentions.
I always talk to my family.
Yeah.
Sometimes I even look at them when I'm talking to them. Hey, you know what? I want to be Kylie Jenner.
The richest,
saying.
whatever. What does she do?
She is the youngest self-made millionaire on the Forbes list. She's 21, I believe.
Is that it? She's 21
I think she's 21. And it's all because of her makeup line. And of course, some people are like, oh, you know what? It's because her parents are millionaires and she just is on their coattails and blah, blah, blah. But Forbes is actually saying someone has to build a company or establish a fortune instead of inheriting some or all of it.
To be on that list?
Yeah, so she qualifies.
So this is not from an inheritance.
She's self-made.
Self-made millionaire.
She decided she was going to do some purple eyeshadow, and boom, $4 billion.
What's the name of her company?
Worth. Kylie Cosmetics. Creative, eh?
But what does she do for the company?
You know what? And I have to say, her cosmetics are awesome.
Quality, you mean? Like
very good quality and reasonably priced.
Really?
Yeah, not like stupid expensive.
Not like, I shouldn't say a brand name.
No, you shouldn't.
The one that I use.
Mm-hmm, yeah, they're awesome too, though.
It is.
But it is expensive.
Can I tell you a cute story? Kind of interesting. In 2000.
What was wrong with my story?
No.
I thought my story was cute.
It was. And you know, I make fun of you and your Jenners and your whatever they are.
You're always
the Kardashians, but they are really
the news.
She's a business. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is just trivial. But in 2018.
That was last year.
Yeah, in Western Australia, a message in a bottle washed up.
Oh.
It was the oldest recorded message in a bottle ever found.
Oh.
It was 132 years old.
How
it had
could
been
they
floating
tell?
out there because it was dated.
Oh, it was dated.
12th of June, 1886.
Good night. Somebody could have lied, though.
It was floating around. I think they probably have ways. Remember carbon dating? Remember I
Carbon
told you
dating,
about that?
yes.
So they probably know that it's real.
What did it say?
It said, "What took you so long?" No, I'm just kidding. No, I just made that up.
Really?
Is that? That's just a message in a bottle. Imagine though, it was for 132 years that message floated around in a bottle and then washed up in Australia. No, what it actually said was knock knock. No, I did it again, didn't I?
Yes,
okay,
you
no.
did. What does it really say?
What it really said was send a pizza. No, I don't know. I don't know what it said. It didn't tell me.
You don't know what it said after all this? After all, the only reason he brought that up is because he wanted to do his own punchline. That's the only reason. What does it really say? It doesn't matter. His lines are funnier.
It didn't say in the article. So I just made some stuff
132 years.
Yes.
They didn't even know what a pizza was.
I know, but I think what it said was, in 50 years, someone will invent frozen food.
And somebody will be a really bad comic and use the knock knock joke.
Well, then you have to put it back in the bongo and send it out to sea, and then hope. But never mind. That was just a waste of everyone's time.
Wasn't it though?
Sorry. But it tickled me, as you can.
Well, yes, I'm so happy you're happy. Enjoy yourself.
I don't need no stinking television. I got myself.
Enjoy yourself on Mornings with Luann and Tim.
Hey, we have the news next. That's more meaningful. So stay with us. Luann will deliver the news.
Oh, there's a.
Yeah, well, because you come from.
Well, you got it.
You got it. Luann's going to have the news next, and then we have someone about kidney. Take it away.
Kidney transplant recipient, and a walk that's coming up for them.
There you
that they're
go.
really excited about. A couple of
See
ladies
how she
coming
could just
in.
go from you're seamless.
So
You're a pro.
oh, I got
Ladies and
seams,
gentlemen,
baby.
the news is next. Please don't go anywhere. Lots of fun and the news on Mornings with Luann and Tim. So the it's Kidney Health Month.
Okay.
So this is Wellness Wednesday.
Yes.
It's all about organ donation and organs.
Yeah,
So we
isn't
talked
that
about
great?
livers first, and I have kidneys coming up next.
Not like on their own.
Yeah, I'm going to interview a kidney.
So, are you kidding?
I'm going to interview a lady who has 5 kidneys inside of herself.
What?
Yeah, you'll find out.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
You'll find out why she's got 5 of them in there. She's a hoarder.
That's a little selfish. I was just going to say. No. You know what?
Never.
This is
I
the
never know.
weirdest thing that I read this morning. So Will Smith, right?
I know him.
The other day you said, hardest working guy, man. The guy is always working. He's always doing something.
He scored another major gig playing the father of Serena Williams and
That's
Venus
what we're going to
Williams.
talk about.
Okay.
So he's going to play the father, whose name is Richard Williams.
Okay.
And after the announcement was made, Twitter went berserk.
Not happy?
Not happy because
Yes.
he's too light-skinned. What?
Well,
He's not black enough to play Serena and Venus, his father? What is wrong with us? Like, honestly, is there nothing else to complain about in the world? How about you feed a baby who's starving to death?
well, didn't they also go crazy and say, Will Smith as the genie is too blue.
Yes, yes.
He can't win. He's the wrong color for everything.
Well, apparently. I mean, seriously? I can't believe some people.
Well, and now how do you feel about this whole thing about straight people playing gay characters? Because there's a lot of backlash about this going on too.
Yeah, there is.
Well, why don't gays get to get gay roles, and and then also
because then it's not acting.
Well, you know what? You hire the best person for the job.
That's right. Absolutely.
Sexuality.
In my mind, you would. In my mind, if you're gonna audition for an amputee, would it not make more sense to start with amputees who happen to be actors?
Now that's where I would say things need to change. So, for instance, I don't have a problem with an actor playing a gay actor playing a straight role, or a straight actor playing a gay role. Who cares? The best actor.
Right.
But when it comes to people with disabilities, or people who have challenges, or people who have special gifts, special needs, whatever, however you want to phrase it, I do believe that that they should look to those actors who are likewise challenged.
Well, because they know.
Not
they
just
know
that.
it.
If you're an actor and you're in a wheelchair, You can't play a role of a person who walks.
Good point.
Your roles are limited.
You're limited,
I
yes.
believe that those people should be considered, I believe that those actors should be considered for the parts, given auditions, because I just think that they are limited in what they can play.
Well, you know what, too? What if you're in a wheelchair and you're too light-skinned? I mean, your options are, it's ridiculous. It gets to where it's just silliness.
So would you call that political correctness? Would you call it reverse racism? I don't even know what you call that.
I don't know what
you just call
political correctness.
Getting carried away.
I mean, just go to the movies and have some popcorn.
There you go.
Right?
Or stay where you are and watch my next interview with a person who has 5 kidneys inside of herself, because that's a good story too.
I'm going to be watching, so stay with us. Mornings with Luann and Tim on TV for Wellness Wednesday.
Now, I've been making a lot of jokes about this, but this isn't funny. This is serious business. First of all, I want to welcome to the show Tanis and Marcy. Welcome back to the show, actually.
Yes, thank you. We're glad to be back.
Thank you.
Nice to have you back again. So, Marcy, I've been making jokes about this, but you actually do have 5 kidneys.
Yes.
Why? We've done this before, but tell me again.
I was born with my original 2.
Yes.
And then when I was 16, I was in renal failure.
At 16?
Yes.
What happened? Why do your kidneys get sick like that?
I was born with my ureters on the bottom of my bladder. So your ureters are attached to your kidneys.
Yeah.
And they go down to your bladder.
Okay.
And then they're supposed to be at the top of your bladder.
Yours were in the wrong place.
Yes. So every time my bladder filled up,
stuff went back up inside. Oh my gosh, it's like I totally get that.
yes.
Okay, so.
So I was on dialysis for 1 month.
When you were 16?
No, actually when I was 19.
Okay.
So I went 3 years of
Ooh.
being sick.
Sick?
And yeah.
What kind of sick? How do you feel when you have kidney failure?
You just feel like flu-like.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Tired and not
Tired,
good.
yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
Okay, so go on.
So I had my transplant when I was 19. So I received
Where'd your kidneys come from?
both times I had cadaver donors.
Okay.
Yeah. So I received 1 kidney when I was 19.
Okay.
And then I went almost 24 years.
Wow.
With that one.
Is that good?
That's very good.
Are kidneys supposed to last, do they go about 20 years?
Cadavers, 10, 12.
Really?
Depending. Yeah, depending.
And then you have
Yeah.
to go back in again?
Yeah, then I had to go back on dialysis.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And they don't take out the ones that are done?
Unless you have a disease that spreads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like polycystic.
It's easier on your body just to leave them there and put another one in.
Exactly. Yeah,
Okay.
because they don't put them in the back.
Where do
They
they
actually
put 'em?
put them in the front.
Your kidneys are in the front?
Yeah.
You're like a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
You open the front and there's a trunk. It's like, how'd
Yeah.
that happen? Everything's all ass backwards.
Yeah.
But they work.
Exactly.
never works.
Yeah.
And you're healthy.
Yeah. Can't complain.
But wait a minute, that accounts for, where'd the 5th one come from?
Well, after the second time I was on dialysis and I had my second transplant
Yeah.
in June 2015, I actually received 2 kidneys.
Okay.
Yeah. The cadaver had died of cardiac arrest. So
okay.
when someone dies of cardiac arrest,
The
there's a
kidney-
lack of oxygen.
And the kidney gets hurt.
A little bit.
It suffers.
Yeah.
From the lack of oxygen.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a sensitive organ.
Yeah.
Hey, but you had no diabetes at all, because I understand,
No.
if I'm not mistaken, is diabetes a major cause of kidney failure?
Yes, it is.
Kidney
Yes.
disease, I guess you call it?
Yes, it is.
39%, I guess, of people with kidney disease is from diabetes.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And the other 13% is renal vascular. Is that like a vein thing that causes?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness. So, it's expensive too. It can be expensive too if you want to have dialysis.
Oh yes, for sure.
I didn't know that.
That's right. And if you choose not, I mean, there's circumstances that are, dire. So yes, I mean, so the money that is raised locally certainly helps to offset those costs. There's an enormous cost. Sometimes there's travel. If we're talking transplant, that's absolutely not done locally at all. So there's travel and long stays, as Marcy could attest to.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so there's and also when you're on dialysis, that's hours out of your week. Am I correct about that? When you're
Yes.
hooked up, are you there for several hours sometimes?
Yes, depending on which dialysis.
Okay.
Yeah. The hemodialysis, which is at the hospital, is anywhere from 3 to 4 hours, 3 times a week.
You see those people sitting there, and they're just all hooked up, and they're reading their books.
Job.
It is like a part-time job taking care of your kidneys.
Yeah.
That's tougher income too.
And then, alternatively, Marcy did her second round of dialysis at home. With that, though, the comfort is you're in your own home, you're doing it through your sleep, so it's relatively comfortable.
Okay.
But all of that equipment and delivery and things in your home, it was onerous as well.
Yeah.
Whoa. I have a friend actually who also got kidneys. I have several friends actually. But I remember this one friend of mine, his dialysis was just, it was his life. He was going there 3-4 days a week.
Yeah. Everyone's different. So it could be more than 3 times a week. It could be more than 3 hours each time.
Oh man, no quality of life there. So this is why we need people to be aware, because it's Kidney Month, Kidney Health Month.
Yes, it is.
So we need people to be aware that there are over 4,300 people in Canada waiting for donations.
Yes.
And people need help financially.
Oh, yes.
You also run programs too?
Yes.
So the Kidney Foundation of Canada?
Yes, there's all kinds of peer support programs and, help with nutrition and social work.
Help with nutrition, that's important because when you have an unhealthy kidney, you do have to take care of your diet.
Yes, absolutely. And it's not, it's very individual. No two people have the same needs.
Right. So to raise money, you've got several people in the community supporting you. The Thunderbirds are a great support, aren't they?
The Sioux Thunderbirds have been fantastic. They came on board last year. They all attended our walk. They're such a great group of guys and their coaches. And so ever since our kidney walk, which is our highlight event of the year in September, they have been full force on board with us. We had an event late in November where we had a nice dinner and we had Ryan McFarling, illusionist, perform for us.
Yes.
And
now Ryan has his residency at the Water Tower. He's doing his shows there.
Yes.
Selling out like crazy.
Oh yeah. In this month, Ryan has been gracious enough to throw back some of the proceeds of his ticket sales to the Kidney Foundation.
Ryan McFarling, you're a great man. We always knew that. So go and see Ryan's show this month, and you'll also be helping out the Kidney Foundation.
Absolutely.
And then, are there other ways to donate besides?
Well, certainly. I mean, we're actually launching a huge campaign March 12th, and it's called the 6 Degrees of Kidney Disease. And it's going to be a big digital campaign. There's going to be a lot in the social media feeds that we're going to be sending out. That's something very new to the foundation. But you can always make a donation. You can call one of our local offices, visit kidney.ca.
And Wendy's,
yes.
During the liver interview, Michael got a little confused and he put this, it's up again.
Oh, okay.
This is for kidney, not liver.
That's right.
So if you go to Wendy's and order a chili, is that all of this month?
Yes, all month of
locations?
All March, both locations. Yes, they've decided that for every chili sold, they will donate proceeds back to the Kidney Foundation. So we're thrilled about that.
And I love chili. I truly do love chili from Wendy's.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic.
You can get chili and fries from Wendy's to come by.
I know. They say it's the best.
Get your chili as a side instead of French fries. And what's really funny is, how do you feel about chili?
I like chili.
As long as it doesn't have
kidney beans.
She doesn't like kidney beans. Because she's got 5 kidneys already. I think one more thing shaped like a kidney goes in this body, it's game over. I want to thank you for being here. Now, you're going to come back next month as well.
Yes, we sure
because it's organ donation month. But right now, it's Kidney Health Month. So get out there and give them your support by buying chili from Wendy's. Go to the Thunderbirds game, make a donation.
Yes, and visit our pop-up shop at Mill Market on the very last day of March.
March 31st is going to be a big spring thing at the Mill Market. You're bringing your own vendors in. Spring, and they're going to make us feel good about spring being around the corner. We got to go, otherwise we'll never see Luann again.
Okay.
Thanks for
we'll see you
having
next
us.
month. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
You know, on days like this, I honestly love my job. I just
Isn't it? It's a
well,
great job.
I learn so much. I meet great people.
So inspiring,
I
right?
work with great people too.
Aw, thank you very much. You're okay.
I'm okay. Hey, we made it through the middle of the week.
We did.
Tomorrow,
Bums like Thursday.
we're almost to Friday, folks. And Friday is International Women's Day. So stay with us for the rest of the week on Mornings with Lou Ann and Tim. We'll see you tomorrow.
Have a great afternoon.